In current society, we are surrounded by digital technology, where essentially all aspects such as designing, production and distribution within companies can be controlled digitally. The digital revolution has captivated a variety of global audiences, which has led to a diverse reaction towards vehicle hire companies within the digital world. There has been ongoing debate to whether the digital transportation network company Uber has contributed effectively to society or whether the company have crossed traditional boundaries of national interest. This study will analyse the role of network media in relation to Uber's licensing policies, considering Uber's intentions and comparing these to the impact they had upon society. Digital media technologies can be significantly influenced by the enactment of controversy, where Uber's digital effects can be viewed as detrimental. A breakthrough to the digital period was through the arrival of Uber, which enables individuals to book an on-demand car ride service via its website and mobile apps. The application is both used by customers and drivers, creating a digital environment in one dimension. Hansen states to become a driver within the application, there are 3 easy steps to sign up: being 21 or over, holding a valid driving licence, and owning a car less than 10 years old. The fact that Uber can immediately allow drivers to sign up via their online app shows how the digital platform aligns with the concept that there is an illusion of authority allowed within digital cultures. There is significant impact to the progression of Uber due to the way the company have conveyed a digital community. Uber has quickly been perpetuated into fiction, where American international programs display actors using their phones to book an Uber and reference the company. As Uber have begun to seep into the media and into a character's routine, it makes it part of the everyday life of the audience. Chandni suggests, Internet as a technology for overall development of the global economy is seen with great optimism. Developed and promoted by the USA, this technology can be seen as a tool for the digital hegemony that proclaims USA control and dominance on the world economy. Culture and nature have created a normality where, being surrounded by the digital app upon television, it becomes part of a viewer's experience. America's influence within the digital world and the creation of accessible platforms undermines the centralized idea of hegemonic mythology. A sense of community is further enforced by Uber's ability to offer their services in a particular currency, creating a connected brand loyalty. If an individual uses Bitcoin, they become aggressively loyal, which sets an individual apart from other people. By Uber offering a Bitcoin payment, they are more likely to receive support as the individuals are connected to the Bitcoin community, therefore supporting the overall Uber community. Uber's licensing queries were published by all major news outlets via their digital platforms, creating an online conversation shared on social media. The Telegraph, Independent and BBC News are prime examples of news companies that have promoted a digital discussion regarding Uber's licensing efforts. The BBC News website provides a whole section devoted towards detailed stories and reports surrounding Uber, broadcasting a critical and distrustful outlook towards their licensing policies. The typical images used within the report seem to follow the same trend, using pictures of Uber drivers who have committed crimes. Combining the Uber logo alongside the criminals suggests a connection where we automatically believe Uber are associated with the murders, which can damage the representation of the company. 2 of the headlines that feature on the website include Uber drivers kidnapped passengers to boost fare, and also Uber drivers admits to murdering 6 people after blaming the app for the murders. News stories generally follow a destructive approach, using striking headlines in order to draw the audience's eye towards a report in order to create discussion. Hall suggests that institutional societal relations of production must pass under the discursive rules of language for its product to be realised. This initiates a further differentiated moment in which the formal rules of discourse and language are in dominance. The event must become a story before it can become a communicative event. As a general theme, Uber have been represented negatively throughout many of the news stories, where Uber's integrity has been questioned. This opens a topic of debate within the audience as customers produce their own ideologies and may be led to question the safety of the company. Uber's initial intention is to lower the cost associated with private travel. To achieve this, amongst other tactics, Uber has created a simple process to sign up as an Uber driver. The ease of the application to become a driver has led to society questioning the safety and accountability of the company's employees. Uber have relied on background checks to verify the safety of their drivers and in turn creating a safer environment for the passengers. However, it has been claimed that background checks alone cannot guarantee the safety of their customers. Unlike traditional taxi regulations, drivers using the Uber platform do not have to meet the strict requirements, which following negative press has caused serious distrust among customers and governing bodies. The danger surrounding Uber and the perpetuation of fear the company have created has affected society where we begin to question our intrinsic values. This has led us towards the theory of mythology. Roland Barthes explains that every object in the world can pass from a closed, silent existence to an oral state, open to appropriation by society, for there is no law, whether natural or not, which forbids talking about things. There is no evidence that Uber background checks are any less secure than those in the taxi sector. However, once the myth has been planted within the media, customers are led to put their own trust in a theory which is based upon unreliable opinions. Uber's intentional effect is to provide an up-to-date digital software which makes it easier and accessible towards the users using a private car hire service. Uber's efficient approach with their use of technology creates a cost-saving business model, enabling them to offer lower fares towards their customers. This has led to a growth of popularity within the app, meaning demand for traditional taxi services has decreased. Although the progression of digital transportation companies is apparent, the effect of this has led Uber to be rejected by a selective number of authorities. Nocera suggests taxi drivers view Uber Technology Inc. and Lyft Inc. as not so much as disrupting their industry, but as destroying it. The future of Uber's services is threatened by the decisions of the state regarding Uber's digital approach towards transportation service and how this can breach certain unfair trade practices. As Uber have chosen to embrace a digital platform, the company demonstrates a technological development to spread a new routine towards public car hire, which does not resonate with the original non-digital procedure. One of the major rulings regarding the licensings of Uber has been based around the English capital city London. Transport for London (TfL) is promoted by the British Parliament, and when companies such as Uber brings out a product which capitalises an out-of-date market, it came to no surprise when it was soon to be banned. The TfL quickly referred to the digital as a way to divert the public away from Uber, knowing that those who use Uber tend to be more digitally advanced. There was potential public safety and security implications from the way the company is run, TfL said. The language used in this statement was criticised over by many social media platforms, where the word potential was highlighted, and this led to the conspiracy theory that Uber was banned not because of unfair trading practices, but as the government were losing vast amounts of market share. Uber's symbolic intended effect is relatively straightforward when compared to the controversial effect that followed due to the introduction of the digital car hire service. Uber have become a global company where their app is easily accessible within international companies. However, the application has gathered both positive and negative response in the transportation world. Following a success trial in the US, the company decided to publish the digital software within global app stores, enabling them to reach out to different cultures. This was welcomed by many countries as it helped support the public transportation systems. The opposition driven by this rhetoric is the disapproval by many countries, including Denmark, Bulgaria, and Slovakia. Uber have been combating a swarm of regulatory and legal battles around the world ever since their launch in 2009. From a legal standpoint, it is embroiled in controversy due to the Uber's drivers not operating with a legal taxi license in many cities. This is not how Uber expected the global market to respond. Their intentions were to reach out to as many digitally enabled audiences as possible. Following from this, Uber relies on countries being technologically advanced enough to support the implementation of their software. For example, an individual in a third world country may not have access to a phone, and there is currently no alternative to support the individuals in this situation. Following on from Uber's popularity and evident success, there is an underlying trend that caused a positive effect due to Uber's access to the users' data, which can be sold on unknowingly to third parties. This is due to society's negligence towards their own personal and digital security. Cakebread states, a new Deloitte survey found that over 90% of consumers accept legal terms and conditions without reading them. A desire for users' gratification can inform design and be used to hide information for the sake of convenience, where users agree to terms and conditions. Data is a commodity where we as users must bear in mind when signing up for companies that use algorithms. Thus, customers are not only a source of revenue for a company's business, the information about the users can be sold on to companies to generate additional revenue. Although users are unaware that data is sold, it can contribute towards a better and more unique experience when using Uber. For example, advertisement and offers will be tailored towards an individual's interests and personal spending habits. This supports how the digital has significant control over users, where the digital platform can tailor information and advertisements directly to suit the needs of the audience. Indeed, it can be suggested that the existing transportation service is intensely affected by the growing ubiquity of digital systems enabling vehicle hire. The emergence of on-demand rides has become a popular business venture all over the world, where American company Uber is being challenged by further digital transportation companies around the globe. America's global village is disintegrating. Just look at digital platforms with their ability to scale everywhere. We're supposed to be the apex of US techno hegemony. Silicon Valley discovered that Americans' closest allies were successfully funding local challenges to the global expansion of US technology giants. Uber's global ambitions have been checked by digital transportation companies such as Ola in India, Didi in China, 99 in Brazil, Grab in Southeast Asia, and Yandex Taxi in Russia. Uber's biggest competitor, Lyft, has been recognised by cultivating a friendlier, community-focused image to the public. This crowded market has proved difficult for companies to break away from the congested pack. However, Uber still survives through its large market share. An exact replication of the app where they have introduced a digital service to a higher public transport would not prove to be successful, as the intrinsic values of the app lays in its originality and novelty. The replication of some of Uber's key features suggests that companies such as Lyft have admired this approach by including a gamified system for both the driver and passenger. As a content creator, there is additional pressure to create content that maintains a good amount of response, where incorporating a gamified system creates a point base for the customers. Tate Pally states, digital professions can use gamification to build and sustain interactions with their customers and provide meaningful content to help your customers recognize the value of your products or services. After each journey, the users and drivers must both rate each other on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, where drivers who have a low rating can risk having their accounts deactivated. The point-based system in Uber increases competition between the drivers and motivates them to adhere to the highest level of service, where if high ratings are maintained, they will be rewarded with better earnings and free college tuition. In a crowded market where originality is hard to come across, Uber are constantly being pushed to pioneer new theories in order to create a higher demand for the product. It can be argued that Uber's success is based not merely on undercutting regulatory rules, but from creating a far more efficient market for public transportation services. Although it digitally enhanced, the app continues to harvest our choices, taking decisions from our interaction with the application. By users agreeing to terms and conditions, it allows flexibility for the app, where they can sell personal data onto other licensing companies. Although perceived negatively in the media, users do not buy into the theory of mythology, where Uber drivers are painted dangerously. While some individuals buy into the idea regarding Uber as unsafe, many individuals value their own positive personal experiences using the digitally enhanced software. The continual global growth of smartphone users and new digital services not only allow Uber to be exposed in different cultures, but also push app developers to work harder to bring new updates of their services to maintain market share. Digital platforms in transport embody an opportunity for people to participate with the service more efficiently, whilst also giving the opportunity to diversify the new services into new areas such as food delivery and delivery of goods. Thank you for watching. By Amy Brain.